Hello friends, freedom of speech. We didn't pay the price for freedom of speech. It was given to us by our ancestors, by the work that they did. The freedom of speech give us the right to express ourselves. Like right now we're doing this video, we can post it on the internet, we can use the internet freely. But it also gives us limitations of what can we say, what can we not say, and I think that is the problem that we have today, because the freedom of speech didn't cost us anything. We use it and abuse it all the time. Yes, you have the right to say how you feel, how you think about certain things that you might be interested in. You have the right to go to the internet and post your feelings, your ideas, but at the same time we have some limitations to up to a certain point what things can we say, and that is the point that people don't realize. You cannot go on TV, on national TV, and say whatever you want to say just because you have the right to free speech. Not necessarily. There is a limitation of the things that you can say. Also, when it's not convenient for us not to say things, then we plead the silent clause in the Constitution. Okay, how convenient it is that we remember that we have the right to remain silent when it's convenient to us, but then we go to the TV or to the press and any media and say whatever we want to say because we think that we have the right to say. No, we don't. We have not paid the price for the freedom of speech. That's why we abuse it. And the price that we're paying today is that people don't appreciate what they have. Therefore, they use it and they abuse it. And it is a big problem. It's a big problem because people are going out there and saying outrageous things, being very disrespectful, and think that it's all good because it's covered under the blanket of the freedom of the speech. No, it's not. That's why we have so many problems today in the media, the news, the TV, the internet, and that's why some other countries don't have this great freedom of the speech that we have. So we might need to reconsider when we go out there and say whatever we want to say and we think that it's all good and we have not paid the price for that. So keep in mind, whenever you think you can say whatever, not necessarily. Sometimes you have to think about it, the people that you affect based on your opinion. Until next time, friends. Bye.
Well, I believe that it goes hand in hand with conservatives versus liberalism. Whereas conservatives, they actually put time and effort, they wait and they go and research what is out there and what is really reputable and has been passed down and is a known fact because it was self-evident. Based on liberal, where it's just spur of the moment, you read it once and that's what you believe, and there's no real facts behind it to back it up. And I made a short list about my views on how in depth this goes. Peace is real. War on ethics is very real. Morality is real. Socialists are real. Political correction is real. Even political tyrants are real. They are polite tyrants. Uneducated opinions are very real. And manipulated media is real. And it's not old. It's not new. It's very old. It's been around and it's based on profit.
And with that, it goes with both, especially the media, but also political correctness. For manipulating media, it's very easy, even through the 90s, but especially today. You can very easily take any video, take out the audio, and put your own voiceover to that video. So if you see any video or read a post, hashtag, whatever, go research it. It's a challenge more than anything. When it comes to political correctness, same thing. Through the 90s, we were not so easily offended. I've got more friends of other races than I do white friends. We joke around and then somebody else comes up in our business and gets all upset at us for something we don't even know who they are. Suck it the frick up and go about your own life. Stay out of everybody else's life, we'll stay out of your life. Simple as that.
Don't get so butthurt.
In a nutshell.
Hi, I'm Denitra Alexander, and I was asked about the freedoms that everyone is afforded, and I go back to all freedom isn't free, and it came at a sacrifice from others, and I feel that I'm one of those others that have sacrificed parts of my life in my job and in my role in order for there to be the freedoms that the general public have. I also am in a leadership role, so I'm very cognizant of that, and I don't want to influence my peers or the soldiers who look up to me when it's time for them to make a decision. I want them to be autonomous, and I want them to be able to be confident in their decision and what they want to do. And because I know that I'm in a leadership role, I don't want them to have to feel that because I made that decision or I would have made that decision that they should sway one way or the other. So I am cognizant of that, and I am careful not to have too much undue influence, or if that is a word, I'm sure it is. But and for the sacrifice part, it is uncomfortable sometimes because there are sacrifices with family and everything that I have made in order to have this career. Sometimes I do question it, but at the end of the day, I have no regrets because I really enjoy my job. I enjoy my leadership role, and I enjoy watching everyone else express the freedoms that they have been afforded. Okay.
So my good friend TJ asked me what I thought the price of freedom is. To me, the price of freedom's already been paid. It's been paid by our forefathers, our uncles, our veterans, our brothers, our sisters in arms. However, it is our responsibility, us as a community, us as a society, and us as people, to maintain that freedom. Our freedom consists of our voting rights, our opinions, the way that we express our opinions. We need to uphold and we need to keep strong in our beliefs and being able to express them. That's the price of freedom to me, is to be able to keep pushing forward, to keep those liberties. If we ever lost those, our freedom of speech, our freedom of expression, our freedom's gone. Nothing can change it unless we had a revolution, but hopefully we never have to come to that. We need to keep together and pushing, make sure that our liberties, our views, our ideas are free and not taken.
Hi guys, my name is TJ, and I am the host of Malanagans Philosophy on my YouTube channel, and I myself wanted to express my opinions on what I think the price of freedom of speech is. Freedom of speech does have consequences for me and for anyone else that is serving in the military. When I first joined, they presented to us Article 88 under the UCMJ laws that we could not express any kind of negative feedback on the president, the Congress, the government. I mean, the list just goes on. And if we do, the consequence behind our actions was being reprimanded out of the military. I've seen cases where officers and enlisted members of the military have been discharged dishonorably, I may add, because they exercised what they felt was their right to freedom of speech. Even during the Don't Ask, Don't Tell, we couldn't even express our heartfelt opinions about gay people joining the military. And even after the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy was lifted, it's gotten a little bit lighter. Gay people can now join the military, but we are still bent under that same article as to that we cannot talk negatively about anything politically related. In the outside world, outside the military, people say outrageous things, outrageous racism things, and don't even get in trouble for it. And even people that want to fight back and say that, oh, you cannot say this, that's where this political correctness war starts. It's a never-ending cycle. People fighting to say whatever they want. And there's people out there that say, oh, you can't say this because it will offend my race. Never-ending cycle. The only lesson I can give to you guys watching is just respect each other. And just be careful what you say around people, because you never know who's listening. And so, until then, I leave you guys with that kind of advice, and I will see you guys next time.